And welcome everyone to another round of Talk Roundtable discussions. Round of rounds. Yes. Me, DeVelleville, Rhino on the other line there.
Hello.
Today we'll be talking about Batman Forever. Riddle me this! I'm not good at riddles, so I can't. But let me say, one problem I had watching this movie is I'm a huge Doors fan, and I love the Doors movie, and every time I saw Bruce Wayne, I just saw Jim Morrison.
I'm not sure how to respond to that there. You know, yeah.
Oh, Val. Val he did all right though.
Val, we talked about this a little while off camera, is that he, I believe, was all in on it. Like he wanted to do it. He wanted to be there, and he wanted to be Batman.
I believe he wanted to be Batman.
I believe he wanted to be Batman, and I believe he had a good time doing it. Unfortunately, I think he wanted to be in Tim Burton's Batman movie, not in Joel Schumacher's Batman movie.
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies, the more and more you look into it, the more and more you realize the studio had stepped in. That's the reason why we had that happen.
Like I say, good old McDonald's.
Well, I mean, we talked about this, and for anyone who doesn't know, Batman 2, and I'm blanking. Why can't I think of his name? I just said it.
Batman Returns, Tim Burton.
No, Tim Burton, thank you. Batman Returns, Tim Burton. Yes, I don't know why I can think of Tim Burton. For anyone who doesn't know, during Batman Returns, Tim Burton went super dark with it. So what you had is had Warner Brothers, who really wanted them to make a child-friendly movie, and here's Tim Burton throwing Danny DeVito out there in his long underwear, biting people's noses off and looking all disgusting. Anyway, so they go, and McDonald's says, "Hey, I need to be able to sell this to kids. You need to make a happier movie." And that's how we got Batman Forever, because then the studio fights with Tim Burton, and I'm sure there are many other people that have done a lot more research and gone a lot more in depth than me. But essentially, Tim Burton says, "Nah, I'm not doing that." They say, "Cool," and they go get Joel Schumacher, who was fresh off of something at the time. It was some big budget movie. Can you off of something? And I remember that's why he got the movie. Anyway, and he basically at the time he thought that was going to be his segue into doing other big and brighter things. It's going to be his
big shining project that was going to just bam.
That was going to make the world on fire. But what he and everyone else learned is that that's not how you make a superhero movie.
Well, he did The Lost Boys in '87. He did Flatliners in 1990. Then he did Dying Young, Falling Down, and The Client, and then Batman Forever.
Okay, so he had a pretty decent repertoire by the time Batman came around. But I think he was looking for a resurgence, because I mean the only one
Fate Almost Fire.
Almost Fire. See, that's what I'm saying. When was the last time you heard that? Frick World. I've seen that movie maybe twice, and I feel. Anyway, Lost Boys is probably his last classic film. I think he was trying to recapture that. And for some reason, that equates to giving Batman nipples on his outfit, and
doesn't make any sense.
Making sure that his buttocks are very, very apparent in the bat suit.
Don't forget the crotch.
Don't forget the codpiece.
Yes.
The very prominent codpiece. Batman, you compensating for something? Going back to just kind of segue over into some stuff. I want to talk about the casting of the villains for a second in this movie. Starting off, of course, with Jim Carrey as the Riddler. I know people have talked about him being over the top and stuff like that, but at the time, I mean, this was what, 99?
95.
95?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You're way off. It's 1995.
Oh, damn. What was the next one, 1999? Or
97.
Am I just going completely? Nice. Fuck.
And then we had the long break into
Yeah,
2004,
it was
I
up.
think it was.
Yes, but damn it, I'm old. Anyway, not I saw this in theaters when I
Me
was 5
too.
years old. Um, oh damn.
I was in grade school.
Well, you're old in general, so that's the
That's right, baby. Vintage. I mean,
vintage.
we're watching it. He is a little over the top, but I mean,
That
it
was Jim Carrey
works.
at the time, right? I mean, it works for the character. It works for what they were trying to do. Am I in love with the outfit they gave him? No, but I
Yeah.
mean, Jim Carrey in 1995, it
Lose the
works.
spandex. I would have been fine
One
with
was
the jacket and stuff like he wore
uh
at first, but the spandex, I'm like, man.
yes, but again, what's weird about it is you have it two ways. You know what I mean? Like, you have the original X-Men movie when it came out. Oh, they can't wear their original outfits because they aren't cool enough, and they have to be all black and skin
Yeah,
tight. And which, fun fact, the actors could not bend over in those outfits. They could not do anything.
I believe
There are
it.
videos of them like literally laying down like
Uh,
freaking action figures on set because they couldn't bend over.
I believe it.
Um, anyway, so like what they did with Batman, at the same time they're letting the Riddler run around in spandex. I mean, come on. Um, I watched a video recently, and again, I'm sorry if I don't remember what channel it was or anything, but it was talking about how for a while there they would not let the superheroes wear their iconic outfits,
Hmm.
and about why that was dumb and why the spandex made sense if you were running around fighting crime. What it comes down to is you need to be able to move around, and
Hmm.
wearing skin tight leather isn't exactly a good thing. When we talked about this, wearing leather doesn't breathe.
No, it
Doesn't
doesn't.
breathe. You're essentially baking the baked beans down there. If Joker, not Joker, the
Riddler,
Riddler. Yeah, it's Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Enigma.
The scene that really like made me think, okay, cool, he's allowed to be the Riddler, and I'd let him do it again. Was the scene where they're at the release party and Batman's trying to figure out how the box works,
Oh yeah.
and Drew Barrymore's there, and he's holding on to Drew Barrymore's arm, and he turns his head and you look, and he has put a fake mole on his face
Oh,
to make him look more like Val Kilmer. Um, and I'm like, he
how's my
sells
mole?
it. How's my mole? Because and maybe it was just me while watching. I had forgotten that scene,
Hmm.
and I remembered it as it was happening. Like, did he put a fake mole on to make himself look more like Val Kilmer? And then he says, "How's my mole?" And yeah,
And to add on to
uh,
that, later on, when Bruce starts talking to him about like how it works and manipulates brainwaves, Bruce puts on glasses, and if you notice, Jim Carrey, in mimicking
yes.
him, he goes, "Well, Bruce," like trying, just like the mole, he's trying to act just like Bruce and act all smart.
Puts them on, takes them off. Yeah, no, I noticed that too. Go figure. Jim Carrey plays a crazy, obsessive, crazy person very well. Figure that one out.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew? I don't know how much acting is actually going on, at least at that time. Um, this quick side: Drew Barrymore showing up. I always remember she's in the movie, but I go, it's always, oh hey, Drew Barrymore's here.
And I was going to touch on that
And of
too.
course,
It's Drew Barrymore and Debbie Mazar played
that was
both
Debbie
Two
Mazar,
Faces
wasn't it?
girls,
That
because
was Debbie Mazar.
I was like, that's Drew Barrymore. That's Debbie Mazar.
And now I can think about this. That's 1995 Drew Barrymore. She is
Mm-hmm.
probably coked out of her mind.
Young and
Uh,
coked out.
young and coked out of her mind.
Probably the same guy
Pre.
that Tim Allen gets his stuff from too.
Well, Tim Allen runs it.
That's right. Tim Allen's like, I got you, girl. I got you.
Well, remember the reason Tim Allen's not in jail right now is because he ratted out the entire organization. So
Yeah.
know your stuff, America.
Ratted him out and did
Um,
the Santa Claus, and they said, "All right, you're good then. You're good."
in that order.
Exactly. They said, "Well,
It,
your probation is you have to do the Santa Claus, and then we'll take it off your rec." Cool. All right.
well, congratulations, you're free. However, you can only sign a contract with Disney. Have fun.
You are bound to be Buzz Lightyear for the rest of your life.
Buzz Lightyear and make that same noise you've always made. But yeah, the joke, the Riddler. he goes through, and I don't. Yeah, he was over the top. Yeah, he was crazy, but I think it works for this version of the character.
I mean, he made it
Um,
work.
he made basically what was I can't imagine how much was actually written for the character
And how
and
much
how
was
much
like
that was ad
improvise
lib. Well, yeah,
or
how
ad
much of
lib?
it was ad libbed. Same diff. How much of it was ad libbed for the movie, and he kills it in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit annoying, but again, I think that was kind of on purpose. Um, on the flip side, Tommy Lee Jones, who has become America's cranky old grandpa in the
Mm-hmm.
last 10, 15 years.
He's
Um,
been hanging out with Clint Eastwood. What do you expect?
well, they're America's grumpy old men. In fact, Hollywood, please make that sequel. I want grumpy old men made with Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones, Clint Eastwood. We'll throw some other oldies in there.
Eastwood. Yeah.
Who's ever alive?
Uh, yeah, no, I just want I want a shot for shot remake of the original Grumpy Old Men. Um, anyway, back to what I was saying. Tommy Lee Jones is a weird casting for me because at the
You
time
wouldn't
I
think
think I
him.
only what?
I wouldn't think him to
So,
play that role.
well, was this pre or post Men in Black? This was pre,
Pre
right?
Men in Black, like just before Men in Black.
Yeah, yeah. Because see, that's the issue with me is that I don't remember knowing who he was before this. Because to me, he's always Agent K. Like that's the role I remember him from. That's
He
the
did
role he
more
will always.
serious stuff that like our parents probably would have watched or grandparents would have watched.
Okay.
Like he did like cowboy stuff or stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay. All right. Which is but again, how does that happen? How does he go from cowboy stuff to playing Two Face?
Right.
And again, I've got nothing wrong with him as Two Face. He plays it probably the way it should have been played for that part. Um,
He,
he has the
I mean,
sorry,
it is a. I was gonna say it is a Joe Schumacher movie. I can't. You can't. I have a problem with trying to compare it with the Tim Burton ones when it's a completely different world. So I can't compare because I'm like, well,
um,
his Harvey Dent's a little crazier than I would expect it, but it's a different world than the
well,
Tim Burton
exactly.
one.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. It's not. Which, by the way, one of the travesties of cinema is we never got to see Billy D. Williams as Two Face.
Mm.
I would pay so much to go to another universe where that happened, so I could watch Billy D. Williams walk around and hey, it's me, Two Face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip this coin and drink this Colt 45.
Would he have half a perm too? I would like to think.
Oh, absolutely. He would have to have
Yeah.
half perm. And like it's like completely bald on one side and the perm on the other.
Yeah. And a
The
cape.
hairdressers hate him. The hairdressers hate him because every morning he has to go in and put the prosthetics on. And then
With
do
the
that.
half prosthetic, damn it.
Yeah, we had to make a half prosthetic. The perm kept showing through. And Tim Burton's like, just do it.
Just do it. Shave it. No, no.
Also,
no.
Helena Bonham Carter has to be in the movie now. She could play Catwoman too.
Okay.
Um,
No.
I'm just saying, move the movie ahead about 10 years, and we have Helena Bonham Carter playing Catwoman.
I mean, she plays crazy. Good.
I mean, yeah. Anyway,
But he did good. He did good for.
he played it super crazy. He played it over the top, but that was the entire movie. You can't fault the man for sitting there working into it. The one thing I always had about him is that his whole thing was killing Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was his kind of his whole arc. So they have him.
Because Batman let
He
that
shoots
happen.
him. He shoots Batman in the head.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne in the head
Well,
after
he
he
grazed
Batman.
him. It was just a
Yeah,
fucking
right.
graze.
He got shot in the fucking head. I'm sorry. You shot Batman in the head. You have him knocked out on the floor, and you're letting the Riddler say, "No, you can't do that. We have to break him first."
He won't learn anything if you kill him.
He won't learn anything if you kill him. Well, are we trying to learn something, or are we trying to kill him?
Like, what is
Because
there
at
to
this
even
point-
learn?
Um.
Don't fuck
I
with the
don't know.
Riddler?
Well, no. The Riddler has his own machinations, and it is a very odd pair up.
Uh-huh.
I would think the Riddler and the Joker would have been a better crazy person.
Yeah, especially
And,
Jim
like,
Carrey's Riddler, yeah.
Jim Carrey's Riddler with Jack Nicholson's Joker. constantly at each other's throats while trying to fight Michael Keaton. That's a movie I want to see. Um, but like I said, it's kind of a mismatch, but I get it, if that makes sense. It's
I guess that was a lot of Joe Schumacher really wanted to work with Tommy Lee Jones, and that was kind of his way to get him in there and work with him.
um, yeah, I get that. But the thing is that I watched this movie. I don't hate it, and I use that a lot, but I don't hate it. Normally, this is where I would say it's a fun movie. This was not a fun movie. I it was inoffensive. It was, quite frankly, just mediocre. Um, I went in with an open mind on this one, but at the end of the day, if I'm sitting there halfway through a 2-hour movie and going, I just want to be done with this.
Pretty sure I got something to eat and watched a YouTube video halfway through the movie and then went back to it.
Yeah, we don't even do the bad one yet. Shoot, we still we watched 2 of them this week, guys. And
yes.
Let me tell you, Batman and Robin is the worst movie. Let me just throw that one out there. Spoilers. But this one, it wasn't. It had good elements. It still had a lot of heart from a Tim Burton movie that clearly he did a lot of work on.
I felt like, especially with the surroundings, like I felt like they were trying to kind of use that Tim Burton world-esque feel still in it.
Yes, and I can tell you the moment where I think it went off the rails and they just decided to do Joel Schumacher. It was the neon paint fight scene in the ghetto of Gotham.
Yo, where's the black lights? Like, what's up with that? How are they glowing?
But you get what I mean, right? Like, up until that point, you're sitting there like, oh, cool, it's still dark and everything, and all of a sudden, Robin goes out, and he's fighting bad guys.
Because he steals the Batmobile and just driving around.
Oh, you're not Batman.
I left my suit at home.
Every time you show a Robin that's over the age of 15, when he gets out of the Batmobile, someone has to say, "Where's the Bat?" or "You're not Batman," because for some reason, they don't have it chronicled the fact that Robin kicks about as much ass as Batman does.
Oh, it's just the bird. Where's the Bat?
Right? Titans did that. I'm like, I got my own opinions on that, but we're going to keep this one focused.
And I have to say, with the neon thing, one thing that did bother me too, like I had complete sensory overload for that movie because there's just too much going on visually. I'm just like, I gotta take a break for a second.
I watched it. I had the day off of work the next day. I decided to watch them both back to back, which was a horrible decision. I gotta tell you, I watched with the lights off and it was dark outside and everything, and there are a lot of flashing lights in those movies.
Epilepsy, do not watch.
I do not have epilepsy, but I'm sitting there watching going, wow, if I did, I'd be dead right now. Or at least be on the floor, and my dog would be like, oh no.
I told you not to do this.
But yeah, that's exactly what he would say. He's like, I told you not to do that.
But yeah, it's total sensory overload. Oh, and to go to Robin Dick Grayson finding the Batcave, like what a crappy security system. You fall in there and it's just like intruder alert, and then everything turns on. Like what?
Well, yeah, intruder alert and everything turns on. You can make the argument that Alfred wanted him to find it, and that's why that happened.
Yeah, he set him up for it.
He set him up for it, but I don't think that Joel Schumacher did that on purpose. I think they got to a point when they were writing and go, okay, we're like halfway through the movie and Robin hasn't found out about Batman. We don't have time for a scene. Can we just have him do some cool flips and just land in the Batcave?
And we'll make it really exciting. Like everything will turn on and it'll be like, intruder! Oh! Just do something like that. Oh, it'll work. Good. Cool. Thank you. Post-production.
Yeah. Intruder alert. Wow, it turns everything on.
Might as well say, hello, Mr. Wayne. I mean, they already know that it came from his house.
No, what I want to know is what conversation happens between him and Alfred, because up to that point, Chris O'Donnell, but freaking Dick Grayson was pretty cordial with Alfred. He was like, oh, hey, Alfred, serving him meals and shit.
Yeah.
So he's standing there in the Batcave with Alfred, and we go from there him talking to Alfred, to him just having the Batmobile in the middle of the alleyway. And I'm like,
And Alfred's like,
"Did you
he
say
took
fuck
the
off,
car.
Alfred?"
He took the
Because
other car.
Alfred said at the time, Master Grayson, you know you can't take the Batmobile, and he probably said, like, fuck, I can't. And at that point, Alfred doesn't do any of the cool shit that he's been known to do in movies and in comics. And
He said, fuck you, Alfred. I'm
yeah.
a 25-year-old teenager, and I'm lashing out.
Did they ever say his age in the movie?
No, but he's
I
obviously
knew
a
they said
teenager
teenage.
because he does adopt him. Because he even says,
Yeah.
"Well, I thought we were just playing along. I was just playing along with this, so I could skip the whole foster home, mumbo jumbo." So he's
So
supposed to
he's
be a
playing
teenager.
at least 17.
Yeah,
And you're right. He does not look a day under
he
25.
was 25 because he was born in 1970, and this movie came out in 1995. So he was
So he
25 when
was
this movie came
25.
out.
So
Yeah.
he was 25 trying to play down the age. He does not look. I'm sorry. You can get away with that in those freaking 90s college. Not 90s high school movies, because you dress them in like different outfits and stuff. When you have
Like
wearing an
American
outfit,
Pie
it's
and
very,
stuff like that. Yeah.
when you have him wearing a muscleized outfit, which by the way, that means Alfred had the Robin suit made into that outfit. By the way, make that clear.
He did not make that in a span of an hour.
No, that was planned. He either had an old bat suit that that he let Bruce wear, and he modified it, or he was starting to do that much. It's like well, we'll get into the Batgirl later.
Yes, yes.
That one made even less sense. Yeah. Chris O'Donnell. It killed his career. He didn't come back until I think he's on an NCIS, like not the NCIS.
Because that's what he started. Yeah, that's like his thing now, or was. Yeah.
Yeah, like cause he like if I looked up his IMDb profile, and I believe he didn't have any major roles after this until about.
He got married and had kids.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, but he didn't have any movie roles until NCIS, Las Vegas or LA or one of
Whatever
those
one it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really funny scene, and I'm just kind of nitpicking here, but I just find it funny because it's just a little tiny detail I noticed. But when Bruce Wayne Val Kilmer is talking to Nicole Kidman, which I guess we didn't mention her, which woo, she likes the bat. Woo, she likes the bat.
Just
Chase Meridian. The bat signal's not a booty call.
To quote a movie and to quote Tropic Thunder, you never go full retard. She went full. She went full in
She
on
went
this whole
full.
star
Fully,
crazed,
man.
crazy Batman.
Fully.
Yeah, I'm in love with the Batman. Well, no, you're in love with the theory about. No, I'm in love with the Batman.
She comes around
love
and
the
falls in love
Batman.
with Bruce.
Yeah, it didn't.
But she kind of wins, like she gets a double win because he is Batman.
Well, using the bat signal as the booty call, that was probably. She's sitting there wearing a freaking nightie.
As Gordon comes up in his like robe, what's going on? What's happening? And she's like, "Oh, damn it!
Sorry, I didn't do that." It's on top of the police station where she works, and she's there at like midnight,
In lingerie, in a robe,
in lingerie in a robe,
with Batman,
and she thinks no one but Batman's gonna notice the fact that the signal's on, and he's gonna chase Meridian. Because it truly paints psychologists in an excellent light, falling in love with the craziest patients. I mean, apparently rubber suits just sploosh, which brings up a whole other.
It's the nipples and the car.
It's the car.
The car.
Well, that's the other thing. Val Kilmer's Batman is the worst at freaking flirting as Batman. Straight up,
dude. That meme though, when she tells him, "I've found someone else. I'm in love with someone else," and when he turns around, just gives that big.
The big goofy smile.
The big goofy smile.
Because he had to go over the top with the smile because otherwise you couldn't tell he was smiling for the bat suit.
You're just like, wow, that was all in. That was going all in.
I got some straight Mad Mardigan vibes from that when that happened. That was, I'm not gonna lie.
Beautiful face.
I'm gonna make a habit at the end of all these videos to pitch my Batman idea again. I want a Batman movie and I want it where you have an actor play Batman, you have an actor play Bruce Wayne. And at some point, you have them go into a psychologist office, and you have and you have them talk to each other. I want that, and I want that so much. Even if it happens in a cartoon, I don't care. I want that. I want two different actors playing the parts. Uh,
Throwing the pitch out there.
Throwing the pitch out there.
What's up, Warner Brothers?
If you did steal it from me, please, all I ask is for is a thank you. If you do steal it from me and don't do that, well, I hate you, and I'm just happy it got made.
Jason Gordon-Levitt, we're talking to you, man.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, not Jason. If you're gonna appeal to him, you gotta do it by his right name.
What's his right name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, we're talking to you, man. Talking to you. Hit record. We love it. We love your stuff you're doing. We're throwing a pitch. Help us get it going. He's got his own like media thing going called Hit Record. That's really cool. Yeah. I saw he was on the Tonight Show talking about it. So it's actually like a really cool. Check it out sometime. It's called Hit Record.
Oh, cool.
Like a collaborate thing with other artists, like people like you and me. If we wanted to make a movie or a music video or a book, like got his own little platform.
I want to do an exact replica of Take On Me, but just you and me dancing in one space. Sketches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. God. And with that, everyone, thank you for joining. We appreciate it. Check us out for more roundtable discussions. The Velville, Rhino over there. This beautiful collection back there. Favorite guy to talk to. We'll be doing this more often. Probably get in the Burtonverse eventually. Some other stuff. We'll see what's up on the plate.
Always open for suggestions, guys. In
always,
the comments.
Always open for suggestions. Please drop them in the comments or join our Discord. Link down in the description. Thank you, everybody. You take care now.